Hello, 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 and welcome back to the channel. I am still off cam for the week, but that is okay. That is okay because we're here to read One Piece. And what better way to focus on One Piece if my gorgeous face isn't taking up part of the screen? I'm joined today, of course, by my lovely brother in arms, Mr. Kube of the Red Sea. How are we doing today, Kube?
What up? Oh man, I'm doing good. Happy for one chapter before the next break week. But yeah, I'm excited. I already read the chapter, but I'm excited to see your reaction to the chapter.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it afterwards as well. It's gonna be a bit of a shorter stream today. Sadly, your boy is a pretty busy guy sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. But yes, I'm very excited to see Dexter in the chat, Dill, the homies right there. If you guys missed it last night, Cube and I over on my new Twitch channel, Lucas Loves Lore, started our reaction to Smallville. We'll be doing that every Saturday at around 6 p.m. EST. So make sure you are over there on Twitch. Sure, we could get a link in the chat at some point during the stream. Actually, I can do that right now. Look at that. If you just need more and more and more Cube and Lucas content in your life, it's right there. Oh, wow, the link didn't work. Oh, well. Let's dive right in, though. Chapter 1189, King of the World. We see Nami and Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy are the speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil soldiers. Are monkeys, not soldiers, sorry. This is hilarious. I like that. I would have assumed that Zoro would have been see no evil because of the missing eye, but I like that Luffy is and that he used the Gear 5 pose to kind of like...
Actually, it makes sense for the one of Zoro. Think about it. It happened.
Yeah.
No?
Nothing happened. Exactly, brother. All right.
Also, fun fact, because I know you love Thriller Bark. You didn't recognize that unique posture for Zoro with his mouth over his mouth, his hands over his mouth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's the same panel of Moria when he's trying to keep the shadows of the bark in his, when they're calling for the shadows to come back.
Oh yeah.
He's stopping them. It's the same way he's holding with his mouth, which I find very interesting. The symbolism, that's literally Moria keeping souls inside his bodies.
Interesting indeed. Yeah, that is true. It is very much a one-to-one with the Moria panel. We cut into Luffy after being stabbed. Emu looks on. Oof! And pins Luffy to a tree, stabbing straight through him into the wood. Usopp senses something. Oh, observation Haki once again from Usopp. Mm-hmm. Finally.
Or 400 chapters almost.
Yeah, right? After Dressrosa. So we do see a little bit of observation Haki feat from Usopp here. What is it, Usopp? What happened? Luffy's okay, right? What do you mean? Don't scare me. When has Luffy ever not been okay? Consider what it means that this enormous giant was defeated, Nami. Hey, Fishman. Who's been defeated? There's no doubt that Luffy's Haki suddenly grew much weaker. There, the ice is totally melted now. Princess Shuri, don't heat her up too quick, alright? Not to worry, I have no body warmth. Brooke and Frankie have just been killing me these past few chapters, man.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to you after that? What happened all those years ago? It is you, isn't it? Princess Shuri! Hey, please don't interfere here. It's safe, right? Brooke, is she still the scary version? We go from the Straw Hats as Usopp kind of questions if Shuri is going to attack them again or not, to Hydruden, and it looks like Ripley riding down on a ship. We're going too fast, Hydruden. Or is that Gerd? I can't tell. Oh, it's Gerd. It's
it's Gerd. It's Gerd. It's
Loki.
the Nami.
It's the Nami-esque. The Nami giant. Loki looks surprised, and we see the ship crashing straight into Loki, straight into injured ass Loki. Chopper tries to use guard point to save Gerd. Loki takes the full brunt of his brother and the ship, of course. This panel's hilarious. What were you guys trying to do? Jordan, Gerd, Chopper. Oh, thank you, Chopper. You're so cute and helpful. Man, Chopper gets gigantic in guard point. Look at Gerd holding him. Oh yeah, well you can't butter me up, you jerk. There's no time to waste. Loki, show me your wounds. Chopper being happy and doing his doctor dance.
Dude, I have to say that Loki definitely has one of the strongest stamina that I've ever met of someone. Because he remember before he went to the fight, even Gerd told him you're not 100% back.
Yeah.
And now he even got even more wounded. Like that's some Usopp and Luffy and Zoro level of stamina.
Right.
Getting back up.
Yeah, that is something people don't talk about a lot. Not to get sidebarred too much, but Usopp has insane fucking stamina, brother. Like insane stamina. Look at the beating he took in Alabasta, just for like evidence. Or the fight.
Oh yeah, Alabasta. Yeah. In Wano, he died for me. I said that he should have died.
Yeah, 100%. You're all bloody. Oh no. Yeah, and some of that was because of you. What are you doing here? Yeah, they just hit him with a ship.
Yeah.
If you're just going to fight Haijuden, then go to Loki instead. But the children, even if you save the children, it's only a temporary reprieve. Do you really think that this plan to rule over Elbaf came from the decision makers at the Reverie? No, of course not. I think it's him. Oh shit! Haijuden, or Elder Jarl knows. Loki, do you know who that guy is? Yeah, I think I do. So the giants know of Eam. Interesting. Thou canst not move now. That sword devours thy vitality.
Okay, at least it's what we were saying last week about this. But this sword might have a specific ability to absorb.
Yeah.
You know, he's revealed. Okay, so
What's that?
I said, so now we know the power of Nemesis.
Yeah, exactly. So Nemesis is like an absorbing it absorbs stamina. Let's see what else we get. How many will it take to end thee? Monkey D. Luffy. A hateful name. Thou hast two brothers of different names. Sabo and Ace, holy shit.
Dude is Tobirama from the One Piece verse. You know,
right?
The second Hokage.
How racist can you get? Level, Tobirama. One brother slaughtered by the Navy, the other prominent within the Revolutionary Army. Blade of the Sea God. Ragarak, maybe? In any case, a set of most uncouth brothers. It's gotta be him. The one red-haired talked about. Oh, yes, another flashback, let's go! I'll use this power to avenge the memory of my old man and his soldiers. Wait, Loki, I understand your rage, but what do you want, red hair? Are you gonna stop me from getting revenge for my father? I consider Harold a friend too. I'd be right there for you. I'd be right there with you. But think carefully now. The government was trying to take control of Elbaf. That's not their end goal. It's preparation for a war. Huh? Is the world government getting into a war with someone else? Well, that ain't my problem. My father died an unjust death. His soldiers were killed along with him. I want vengeance for these crimes, that's all. And who is guilty? Who will you strike down? The world government! Let's go. Loki, speaking my language. Fuck the feds. The man who manipulated Harold was the king of the world. What do you mean, Shanks? The entire concept of the world government is that there is no one king who... Careful, Shanks. It's fine. No one will believe it. So I guess that king is the culprit. I'll take his head. Nice and simple. The king's power is impossible to measure. Go to the Holy Land and the mystery will only deepen rather than come to light. If it were that simple, someone else would have done it already. Ooh, and Loki thinks of rocks. Shit, dude. With the sword of Fraggle Rock. Dill. It's not yet the time to fight. Shut your mouth. You don't tell me what to do. I don't care where this guy is. I'll destroy anything in my way. Don't be foolish, Loki. Ooh, yeah, rule. I left home.
So
Yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna jump in to say this. This is think we're gonna go to that storyline where if I'm gonna get a W. Remember the discrepancy we didn't understand? Loki did his thing 14 years ago, but only
Yes.
was captured by Shanks 6 years ago.
Yes.
Remember we were talking about it, and one of my takes is, what if they had an agreement, but 6 years ago, Loki was going to, because of, Scopper was involved, and then he let Luffy have the key when he showed himself in Gear 5. Now I said, what if the reason why they locked up Loki is it was going to ruin the plan with Luffy that they had?
That could be it, man. It would
Yeah,
also go
and so they had to lock him up.
It would go into
now that
shady...
Luffy's here, they can release him.
Yeah, it would go into that aspect of shadiness that is there with red hair. Like, because think of it, there's a lot of Shanks as a villain theory, which I don't buy completely into, but there's obviously something more he knows about Nika and about the final war, obviously, from what he's just saying. And then I really think it could be that this is where that shady nature comes in. Is he knows what Luffy is supposed to do. And he's trying to make sure nothing gets in the way of that. So yeah, I agree. I think there's more to this, for sure.
I agree also the rat thing. I do think there's something, but he's not truly evil. I'm just going to say this. Just look at the panel we're seeing right now with Shanks. He's looking very much like Anakin Skywalker.
Very much so.
Very much like Anakin Skywalker. Yeah.
I will bring sunlight to my new empire. No. I left home and spent a few years abroad. In the end, I never did find my way to him. So if that's the king of the world right there, I'll never get a better chance. A simpleton's idea of a plan. What? But I've got no problem with it. Give me a chance to avenge my father too. Let's go, Hydruden. My boy Hydruden. This is quite an absurd story. If there's a king of the world, then what are the 5 elders for? No, stop trying to interfere if you don't mind. He says, I froze her because she's dangerous. What? You're the one who froze her? Yes, she was dangerous. Was. But I'm certain that she was being controlled. You see, this girl is like a daughter to me.
Yeah, I know, it's hilarious.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, Robin, finally. This is all very interesting. Come to the library, Chopper. Oh, she had made herself appear next to Chopper. She's found out. Oh, dude, Robin's probably found out how he was doing that. Robin's probably found out how... Sorry, I had a phone call trying to come in. Robin's probably found out how to... Or why Chopper was doing... Or how he was doing what he was doing with the demons. If she's asking him to come to the library.
Maybe. I mean, did she see it? That's my question. I don't think she was with Chopper.
Yeah, I don't think she was either.
Yeah, that's why, because it's unless if you saw Chopper doing it, I don't think, because what it's in total right now, maybe it's been 10 minutes, 15 minutes since that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be possible. That's a good candidate idea.
Robin, oh yeah, that's true. I don't know if she would have seen it, but nonetheless, she's obviously found something out.
Yeah.
This is all very interesting. Robin, come to the library, Chopper. Oh, Saul. Aya. Next is... This will do more than slash thee. Alas, the third will be the axe of Jingshin. Jingshin?
Yeah. Look, it's China.
Jing. Ooh, Luffy is looking rough.
Shan.
Sea Cloud Port, Western Village. King of Hell, 3-sword serpent. 103 mercies. Dragon damnation. Graham. Oh man, Summers is just laughing about it, and Zoro's going all out. 800 years ago, the 19 kings who created this world took an oath of equality, thrusting their weapons into the floor around the empty throne. Blade of Chaos, Tohu, Vohu, Nemesis. Longinus, Stigma, Muramasa. They are the 19 weapons of those who brought the world to heal. The Great One used Omen to bring them back and grant them to us. There are no lies among the legends each family passed down. You see, Roanoa Zoro? This is the power that conquered the world. From the Shepherd family, Bran. This spear has been passed down through the Remo Shifu family. Longinus, thou shalt be honored, die by the weapons that created the world. Ooh, Scopper showed up. Fuck yeah. Kind of scared for Scopper, though. That is interesting.
I do have some few things. First of all, this is definitely I still have them. I think the rest are going to show up. This chapter is a perfect parallel. Hello?
Sorry, I had to deal with something at work. What were you saying, Cube?
I said this chapter is a literal parallel to Sabaody with Rayleigh inversion.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean,
yeah, like the rest might be.
It makes sense. And then the only one out of the three that Luffy met from Roger's crew directly like that didn't have a moment where they just straight up jumped in and protected Luffy was Crocus, right?
Yeah, in a way he helped them get out of Laboon, but you're right. It was not this imminent death. He didn't really interfere to save their life. I did some research, man.
What was your research?
Okay, can you go back to the panel of I think it's the page before this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go on the wording of the thing they said about the swords, but the name of some of the swords. So fun fact, I looked at the other ones. So Vohu was Bohu in TCB, so that's why I researched the wrong thing. But what's interesting is Tohu, which obviously people brought it up that it connects to emptiness in wasteland in Hebrew origin. I also found out, thanks to ChatGPT, that it's actually known in another culture, Maori culture, the natives of New Zealand.
Really?
And it's considered to be a sign, a mark, or an environmental omen.
Let me get some confirmation on that. Why?
Yeah.
Which one did you say was Tohu?
Tohu, yeah.
Are you familiar with Tohu in Maori culture? Tohu? T-O-H-U. We might be mispronounced. No? I don't know. Google might be lying.
I mean, when I looked at the reference to it, it's in some of the cultures. The concept of tohu, an old word in Maori that connects to that environmental omen, sign or mark.
Yeah. It might be a different word to her. You know what I mean? And then once she looks it up, she'll probably be like, "Oh yeah," because I've done that before too.
Yeah. Like it's something long time ago for native. Yeah. And another thing that I caught, because I looked at all the names, I think Muramasa might be the sword of the Nozuro's family. What's interesting is Muramasa comes from the era Muramasa that was created by Sengo Muramasa, one of the best swordsmith of Japan history, where his swordsmanship literally was called cultivated an entire era of swordsmanship, the Muramasa era, because of him. And he's called that he made a set of swords that are translated in Japanese that we would call wicked swords, which makes you think of cursed blades.
Yeah, cursed blades.
So it's the only one of all of them. All of them have some sort of like Pacific or European origin. This one has a Japanese origin. So the Muramasa can be connected to Nozuro's family.
Okay, so Xingtian is the pronunciation. That's interesting. See, I like that. I was sitting here trying to figure out which one would go to the Manmeyer family. Because obviously this is the family of the Swords of the Celestial Dragons originators, right? The only one we're missing is Vivi. So there's obviously a sword for the Doflamingo family as well. My guess is
Yeah.
stigma because of the storylines around them and them betraying the world government several times. That's interesting, man. We didn't get all of them. We didn't get all 19, right? We got
6 of them.
Nemesis. Yeah, we've gotten. Well, let's see.
Blade of
Tohu,
Chaos.
Bohu,
Bohu,
Nemesis, Longinus, Stigma, Barabasa, Graham. That's 7, and then we also got
Big Chan.
Jin Chen.
Big Chan.
Yes.
That's what we got. Yeah. I was gonna say also the one of the Cunningham's family. Longinus. You didn't recognize the name Longinus?
No, I did not.
So we don't know if that's his name, but that's how later on in history they had to name him. It's the name that was given to the unknown Roman soldier who pierced Jesus.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
On the side.
Oh, dude, I know what this is. This is definitely telling. These are the weapons that killed Joy Boy or Nika. Then, if that is the case, that'll probably be the one that finally did the finishing blow or whatever. How many of these will it take to kill you? Because it took all of them to kill Nika.
Yeah.
And the only one who
go
didn't
back
lay
to that
the blade
page.
down
The
was
empty
fucking.
throne.
Oh,
Yeah,
literally.
because I have something to add. I have something to add to it. So I'm gonna reread what they say the empty throne stuff because there's something that's odd, right? Remember how in Wano they just said just because you're part of that family doesn't mean that those swords come to you. You know, you have to be worthy for them, right? Exactly. You got Enma, Zoro in Lockdown. Where, thanks to SBS, we found out the swords that the guy wielded in the Lockdown was also Shimosuke. So you understand that actually Luffy, Zoro had it right. He just made that test with his arm. If I'm worthy enough, the sword will not cut my arm. So 800 years ago, 19 kings who created this world took an oath of equality, thrusting the weapons into the floor around the empty throne, which makes me think of some sort of, it's like alchemy, you know what I mean? Like, like those swords are what maybe makes Imu so powerful, you know what I mean? Makes him a god instead of a demigod. But the thing that was very interesting is, and he says, but thanks to Omen, because they're brought back by Omen, he grants them to them. So here's my thing. What if those swords belong to other members of that family? The only, you know what I mean? Like, what if the weakness of Imu is the 19 rulers? Yeah. Those families. If you could disconnect Imu's connection, it's like Voldemort and his Horcrux. Because the way they phrase it, right? It was their sword, but they say, what does it say that Imu grants them access to it? It grants them to us. It doesn't say like we could summon it. He says the Great One, thanks to Omen, grants us. So it means like it might not be fully theirs. So I'm wondering if this is why they keep talking about the 20 kings. Well, whatever the 20 kings were, their lineage, Yeah. What if that's what gave the immortality of Imu? Like if Imu's immortal gives other people immortality, what if it comes from something else? The 19 kings.
Check it out too. The Great One used Omen to bring them back. That's the part of that word bubble that interests me the most. The bring them back part. Because that implies where were they bringing them back from? Because they could easily have just kept the blades. You know what I mean? For 800 years. Yeah. That's not it's a hard thing to do, obviously, but for the world government, for Imu, no. I think they're in the void. What if the 19 kings are still in the void? We talked about this, or at least their souls or their presence, and they took their weapons into death with them, or into whatever they went. You know what I mean? Throw the bark style. Yeah, Solar Bark.
The actual 20 people that were important were removed. They had found substitute. Think of Lily. Lily is one of the 20, right? The original 20s. What do we know about Lily? Is that then she was replaced by her brother.
Yeah.
What if those original ones, they made the plan, something happened to them? And, you still had access to. Think of the shadows in Thriller Bark. They had all the abilities of people's skills. But what if, it's like something happened to those 20s? The reason why it's 19 is because Lily never ran away before it happened to her. Like something happened maybe. Because we keep talking about the 20s, but maybe the 20s were tricked. And then before they could do anything, they were sent to the abyss. We keep talking about them, but nothing proves to us. Those are the same 20s that were on the Ancient Kingdom side. They might be, something happened.
Well, listen, dude, I think you're right. I think they were brought into the void because look at the swords are probably not. What was I saying? Sorry, I read Malevolent Sponge's comment about Mihawk fans eating real good this time. I agree. Yuru is probably one of these blades. Anyway,
yeah, true.
What if that was the signature on the contract for Inu's power? lay your swords down here. And they thought that they were just saying, oh, there will be, but when they laid those swords down, Imu pulled them into the void. And that's why all the swords look so gray and lifeless, is because whatever energy, whatever had been put into those swords, like in the, Haki Eater, was pulled out and into the void with their owners. Because every time we see the 19 blades inside the throne room, they all look rusted or dingy. You know what I mean? Because whatever life was with it in them went with them to that void.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, this is the chemical X that can power up girls in Devil Fruit as well. This is why Ragnir, a Devil Fruit spirit, had no body. It could be that all of those things were sent to the abyss. Some of them had strong spirits to leave the abyss, or whatever you want to call it. Those 19 ones were trapped there, like almost like Zebex with Domiroversi. They were trapped. They lost access to that. And Imu could channel them and put it to people and could control it, That it has to be the same concept for Devil Fruits. That's why Devil Fruits keeps coming back, like the shadows. As long as the main body is ever destroyed, the shadow could be used and overused.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's definitely that. It wasn't lost on me that I found it very interesting. And in this arc, we just get a reveal of the Gram sword, right?
Right.
Of the Summers family, the Shepherd family. I find it very weird because he doesn't do similarities, and we know that Roger named his son after his sword, right? And the fact that it's the exact same spelling as Marco's father introduced in this arc.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
Ooh, so do you think Polo Graham is a descendant of the Somers family that didn't move to Murray's-Wall, potentially?
Or it could be like, what if originally they hailed from the same island from the back the Asian Kingdom,
Well, Graham is his first name. Polo is his last name, because Marco's last name is Polo as well. It's Polo Marco.
Yeah. So Graham is his first name. So maybe it was given a name like, think of like we've seen Hody Jones, which we know is definitely a callback to Davy D. Jones. So we're going to see a connection to that one point in history. Yes. So it could be like, what if it's a similar like culture they come from? Because I found it very interesting because it's in the same arc. If it was like 500 episodes of chapters apart, I say, like Oda just forgot that detail, or like it wasn't that important. The fact that in the same arc he used the same word twice, that interesting. The Graham must mean something.
I think Graham could potentially link back to that family line somehow.
Yeah.
From the Shepherd family.
Yeah. Anyway,
this is such a solid chapter, dude. You were right. Yeah. That spoiler I saw really
it's nothing.
Change anything. It was literally on the first page of the chapter. Like.
Yeah, it's nothing. Like I told you, there's something else that I caught.
This panel right here in the bottom right that I saw.
And
like, this your MC? This your MC? It's like, shut the fuck up.
So there is something that is quite interesting, and I think that someone else is about to enter, because there's something that I don't know if you caught in this chapter. All of this chapter that's coded all happened in the lifespan of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Remember, because Luffy just stabbed and he was just restabbing him, and we saw everyone else's perspective. He is stalling for time for some reason, and I don't think it's just Copper, because there's something else happening that he's preparing in the story. That's why he's stalling for time.
Well. We got a 9th named blade as well, the Blade of the Sea God, Fraggle Rock. So I'm wondering if this is the inciting incidents where the fishermen were betrayed and then the prejudice for them set in. Because the Blade of the Sea God doesn't sound like a man's blade. That sounds like a fishman's blade. You know what I mean? Like, that sounds like Knight of the Sea, Jinbei. Oh. They call him the Sea God because he's the truest blade of the sea. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
I thought something interesting. about Fraggle Rock. It's actually a mythical sword that connects to the same Celtic stories that we hear, similar to Excalibur. And basically, it's a legendary magical sword from the Irish mythology known as the Answer or the Retaliator. It's interesting, considering Luffy, what he's doing. It belongs to the sea god Mananan Maclear, and was later given to the hero Lugh, L-U-G-H, which I've heard of the hero Lugh somewhere before.
We had discussed Lugh when we were cooking on 3 Days Nami theory with her.
Dude, it's interesting. The nickname for Lugh is he's called Luke the hero, or Luke of the long arms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So they're all connected to some sort of mythologies of either of a legendary person or a deity.
Yeah.
Like Xingxian is connected to a Chinese deity. I don't know if I told you that during the stream.
No, I don't believe you had. Or if you did, I didn't catch it, so my
No.
bad. But yeah, so that is interesting as well. And the fact that he's pulling from so many different cultures, really, I'm gonna say this, is gonna sound a little weird. It's really a testament to Oda's world building, because he's showing that those cultures or something similar are exist in this world as well. You know what I mean? Another goated writing move by Oda here. It's Sommer's laughing in Zoro's face the entire time he's attacking him is so fucking crazy to me. I need to see Sommer step up and cook out some Conqueror's Haki. With all these break weeks, though, I think Oda's about to fucking cook, dude. I think the reason he's been taking some breaks is because he needs more time to draw some of the fucking greatest shit he's about to ever put to pen to paper.
Listen, obviously, I've been saying that if it's a group, it has to be the revs. It's the only thing that makes sense with everything that's happening in the story. But I've been saying that especially the parallels about it, right? The only parallel we don't have right now is someone like Kuma showing up saying, "I'm the leader of Revolution Army." To really trust me, those kind of stuff. With all the other parallels, there is someone coming, because this is rare, because we don't have an actual reason of why he just did a spontaneous break week. He doesn't do that unless he's trying to, he wants to do chapters back to back. So that means that those next 2 chapters have to be back to back, because or else it would have been one more chapter and then he'll break. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you're right. Or he'll
by the way,
chapter and then break.
Yeah, the Irish sea god Manan is also known as the sea god king of the other world. Not other the other world, other world. Like the power world.
Yeah.
Yeah, other. Which is
so
interesting.
We got 9 of the 19 named blades. We need 10 more. That's insane to me. Also, I just got to shout out again. The fucking Ragnar and Brook line was so good.
Yeah, no, it killed me.
I
was gonna say
talking to Ragnar as well. Just gonna throw it out there.
No, now we know that Chopper is just he was not focused on hearing him. Chopper can understand Ragnar. But Biblo, we don't know if he can understand Biblo. Because he doesn't seem to react to Biblo. We know that he can understand Ragnar. Yeah. I'm really going to be analyzing those swords and especially those 19 rulers, because I think if they were part of Asia Kingdom, we could know what are the cultures that, people always say, the tropes of, the world government is based on this country, of France, of Germany, something like that. I think it's a collection. Think of the United Nations, a collection of different cultures come together.
The real leaders of I said it's the Illuminati, man. The real leaders of the world that have come together behind the scenes.
I mean, the way you saw how he showed up on a roof that looks like a pyramid.
Yeah, exactly.
With his eyes, that's
the Illuminati. Man.
But yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. But also, I do hope that Oda, with Scopper, especially, Oda likes to do, twists, especially with, I'm sure, Radiant Scopper. There's been a lot of inversion between both of them. I do hope after all of this that instead of Scopper teaching something to Luffy, Scopper is going to teach something to all the Straw Hats. I will give them their Haki, understanding Haki in a different way.
I think so as well.
So it's not my theory, but it's something I saw recently on a Reddit post. Someone said that what if it's, the reason why the Straw Hats haven't been getting as good as Haki is because what drives Luffy never drives the other crews. Like, if you think about it, Zoro and Luffy are the only ones of the crew that actually drive on, even Sanji with the way he grew up. But the other ones, that's not what drives them, fighting, those kind of stuff. And he talked about how they're more emotional than the other 3, in terms of things. Like, Luffy will just fight, it's his way of talking. Zoro fighting is his way of talking. And Sanji grew up in Baratie where fighting was the way of talking. But all the other ones, he said it's much different. It's much more emotional. So he was saying, what if the other Straw Hats haven't really unlocked the Haki that they're supposed to have, is because the way that they've been dealing with Luffy, Sanji, Zoro don't understand. And Scopper, who is a passionate person, might teach it to them.
Interesting.
like they're focused on the physical aspect, so it's easier for them to access to Haki, right? While the Straw Hats, they need to understand the emotional aspect of Haki, and he basically said that's how people like Frankie, Brooke, Usopp, Nami, who are very emotional people, Chopper, are going to be able to unlock their Conqueror's Haki, not Conqueror's, I mean their Haki in general.
Yeah.
To start to wield it.
I think you're right, man. I think a big Haki bloom for all of the Straw Hats is coming, or at least the ones that are. I don't think Frankie will ever get Haki because he's a cyborg. I would love it, but I don't know if he can. At least armament. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what Haki type would fit Frankie besides armament. Same with Robin, obviously observation and armament. Nami,
I would like to. I do.
Nami is gonna have Conqueror's Haki by the end of the story. 100%.
Frankie definitely. 100%. If you think about it, Frankie would have to be armament because it could help him with some of his attacks. Add with armament for his protection. Because you think about it, right now he's getting hurt, but before that, until Wano, he wasn't getting hurt because of his plating. So I do see armament for him for a more defensive aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like it is interesting in that aspect. But yeah, I think I still gonna say because the only group I could think that could make sense in the story and with everything we've got like 3 arcs where they're being built up with the Revs. I do think that maybe the Revs are going to show up. It's an inversion of in Sabaody, only 1 Rev showed up. Yeah. In Elbaf, all of them show up.
All of them show up. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's a good setup. I like to joke, you said this last arc as well when we were like, who's going to show up on the island? When we didn't know if it was Dory Burger, and you're like, it's the Revs. Our last arc, I think I said last session on accident. Either way, I think this brings us to final thoughts and rating out of 10. Cube, what are we thinking for this chapter?
For me, it's a 9 out of 10. I'm sorry, it's like there's fighting. There is not just teasing of lore, there's like the Shanks discussion that I've talked about. We both talked about it, kind of agreed that discussion happened, but we now are seeing it. The names of like 10 swords at least, The others, with Nemesis, we know that each of the swords have special abilities.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, I have to agree. 9 out of 10, there was humor, there was Straw Hat moments, there was drama, there was lore, everything that makes a good One Piece chapter a good One Piece chapter is right here. I really like the named blades things, though, because I wonder if those also equate into the other great named blades that we've heard about in the series, because, we've heard that there's however many of them out there, but we've only seen like a handful of them. If 19 of them are in Marie Joie and Emu's possession, that explains why so few of them are out in the actual world. You know what I mean? There's just so much here to eat on. I think these last few chapters have been really good for theory crafting. Which sucks because it kind of overshadows how good the Brook flashback was. And like how much that actually did give us. Either way though, yeah, solid 9 out of 10 for me as well, brother. Solid 9 out of 10. Yeah,
also something because you said before, but I didn't want to interrupt you. People have shown some panels. The black, basically, if you look, it does look that it's Summers always had that sword, right? But if you look at Killingham, his swords changed shape. The spear, the original spear was more of a trident, and now it's like an actual spear. So we know that he's like upgrading their weapons, right? They said that the blackness of how the silhouette of their blades now is very similar to the Yoru on the manga panels. Because the Yoru is not a deep black. There's a deep black in the middle, and then it gets a lighter shade a bit on the sides, and it's very similar to what we're seeing right now with Killingham and Summers' swords. It's a point to maybe the Yoru is one of those swords.
The axe is also interesting.
That would explain why Emu and people have been theorizing Emu and Mihawk and Arona because they have the same eyes. It would explain the eyes as well.
Yeah.
If it's channeling the same thing.
I have to agree. But I will say too, like the axe looks very Elbafian. I just noticed that while you were spitting on that. Oh shit, where'd that panel go? Right there. Yeah, it looks except for like other war axes in the series have looked similar, but it looks very
Oh yeah, no, that's
very
yeah,
much
yeah, it's
like
an
they
Elbaf.
come from
No,
Elbaf.
it's an Elbaf act.
Exactly.
Also, I
Maybe
do want
the
to say the
last
joke I made when I.
need hog users potentially.
Ooh, that. I mean, the size would make sense.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you want to hear my joke I made after I read the chapter?
Yeah.
Is it Scopper was just resting up and saying, "Oh, it's my time is over," and then he sends Emu in the force. I'm gonna go next and say, "Hey, yo, no, dude, I'm the X-Men in this story."
Right.
So I find it interesting that Scopper pulled up only when from all the stories he summoned an axe, and then he showed up to clash with him. It's almost, you know what I mean? It's like the timing is hilarious. I'm the X-Men.
Right. Yeah. With that, I think that's a perfect place to leave off, guys. Do you think Scopper showed up to be the only X-Men in the series? I do. We're gonna pop off today. Like I said, shorter stream. We will see you guys here in 2 weeks' time. Like I said, catch us next weekend over on the Lucas Loves Lore Twitch channel, where we will be reacting to more Smallville. It's a good time over there. I'm there too on Fridays with No Chill Dill in the chat, where we are watching the Twilight Zone. A lot of fun as well. And you can catch me later today on Deviants and Dungeons on Twitch, playing a zombie TTRPG. I'm going to put these people through the ringer. It's going to be a good time. With that, we're going to end stream. I hope everyone out there has a wonderful, wonderful night. Send us out, Cube. Tell these people goodbye.
Peace, everyone, and we'll see each other in 2 weeks. Bye.
Perfect.
Yeah. Dude, as we were ending, I just realized